Hello, everyone, and welcome to our live tonight. I'm excited about this one. I'm preparing for it, and this might be the last one about this case for a second. I've covered quite a bit in regard to this case, and after this point, since the status here, we wait. So why not do some tarot and some spirit box and get into the spiritual side of things? We're gonna take a look at the trial because I strongly feel there will be a trial. So if and there should be a trial, this is going to be the reading on that. We're going to take a look at the defense attorney representing Bryan Kohberger and Taylor. We are going to be looking at the prosecution, the prosecuting attorney, Bill Thompson. We are going to be looking at the judge, Megan Marshall. We are going to be looking at how Mr. Kohberger himself is potentially going to carry himself during the trial and what type of curveballs can we expect. Also, I've been channeling some really interesting energy around Bryan himself, and just some strange things have been coming through, some downloads. We're going to get some spirit box. We're going to connect to Ethan, Xana, Kaylee, and Madison tonight if we can, and we're going to see what they have to say and what potentially, what do they want us to know about this case? What do they want? We're gonna check in with their spirits. So let's get started. Thank you guys for anyone that's here right now. I do ask that you please hit the like button if you do. Like, share, subscribe if you love my vibe and want to become part of the tribe. I kind of wish I had a different setup right now so you guys could actually see my setup because it's really beautiful, but it's okay. Backdrop, and I've set the space. I've meditated on this for days. I've been pulling in downloads and I've been getting a lot of messages. We might look at some footage actually that has just been released of, happier times of the four victims as well. Okay. So we're gonna have to do that one with the sound off because I don't think for copyright reasons it will let me look at it will let us listen to the sound. But all right, let's without further ado, let's get started. I'm the spiritual genie. I'm a psychic medium. I am a dream walker, amongst other things. I have the ability to remote view and many different. Hello, Tammy. Thank you for being here. I have many different clear abilities, right? I have several different abilities actually, so we're gonna play with some of that tonight and we're gonna see what we can tap into. I never know. I never know, and I always try to leave myself open as an instrument and a tool of spirit. I don't take credit for any of this, so don't come at me saying I have an ego about it. I really don't. I love the Holy Spirit. I love, if you want to call it God, whatever you want to call it. Hello, welcome. We work through the Holy Spirit over here. So no dogma, no fear. Leave all that at the door. Think in terms of unity and don't be afraid. It's not, of course, the powers that be want you to be afraid of using your third eye. They want you to be afraid of being tapped in, of using your intuition, right? Oh, no, that's evil. No, it's not evil to be connected with your higher self and to use your own intuition. Maybe if more of us used our intuition in this world, the world wouldn't be as effed up as it is. So let's get going. I'm going to ground us in. I'm going to clear the space, even though I've already done that. We're going to get started. All right. Holy Spirit, please be present during this reading. Please help me get it clear. And, please get me a clear energy read tonight. Help me read into these energies very clearly. Please protect this reading. Please protect this space. This is a consecrated space. Please protect myself, my space, my viewers, and their space, and anyone that should watch this video now or in the future. Please protect them and remove from them any malicious or any malintentional energy, any malignant or lingering energy that no longer serves. Holy Spirit, please remove it. And please let this reading be a divinely guided reading today, Holy Spirit. Xana, Madison, Ethan, and Kaylee, if you are here tonight, we are requesting that you do grace us with your presence, that you please give us any messages that you want us to hear from yourselves tonight. Anything that you want to be known, please let that come forward and come through me clearly at this time. Amen. And so it is. All right. We're ready. So, Kitty, you are going to have to take a seat here in your little office. There you go. That's your spot. You're getting kind of big, though. I don't know. Do you fit in there anymore? She's got her little drawer spot, but she's getting a little big now. We'll see if she fits. All right. So, I just want to kind of tell you guys what I do. We're going to we're not doing too much like remote viewing or anything like that tonight. We're gonna do some tarot and we are gonna tap in with the spirit box though. And like I was saying, weird things have been happening, right? So I get signs, things that happen before the reading tend to align with the reading and the energy, right? Thank you. That's my kitty Cleocatra. She's my assistant, and she always loves to be present during readings and mostly all of my sessions. She loves to grace my sessions, and I just adore her. She's the cutest thing ever. So, and quite magical indeed. As you can see, we have the guardians here, right? Of Bastet, the deity that I do work very closely with. Hello, hello. All right. So, what happened to me the other day as I was channeling this energy for this reading was that my hand actually got burned. It got burned by in my oven. I was pulling something out of my oven, accidentally stuck my hand up, boom, got burned. Yes, it's Mercury retrograde, but at the same time, I thought, didn't it a little bit look like in the traffic stop video? To me, it looked if you paused and you zoomed in, you could see on Kohberger's hand right here, it did look like he had a laceration potentially. Some people were saying, hey, it could have just been a um like the shadows playing on his hand, but to me it looked a little like a cut. So I don't know. I was getting vibes of the hand being cut or injured or wounded in some kind of way. So that's been coming through. That could be something that comes through in the trial. Why was he wearing gloves the whole time, right? So there's that stuff. And then there was also like, I just all of a sudden had this urge to, that's when I burned my hand. I had urge to cook vegetables that day. So I was like, I have veggies, I need to cook them, cut up some beets. And as I was cutting the beets, I was like, weird, what a weird veg for me to just decide to cut up. And my hands were just like covered in beet juice. Which reminds me, I'm gonna put some ocean oil on my hands. My hands were covered in beet juice. And I was like getting the download blood on your hands, blood on your hands, blood on your hands. So there could be some energy here around really that there is blood on this person's hands, and that might be coming out, in the trial. I've heard so far that they have days worth of evidence, days, days and days worth of evidence, at least like something like 5 or 6 days worth. That's a lot of evidence. That's a lot. We don't know what they've gotten on the autopsy reports. We don't know the half of it. We don't even know a tiny little sliver. All right. So a lot's going to happen, but there's going to be curveballs. I've been checking in with the energy and I've already seen some things. For example, in regard to the defense, Bryan's defense attorney, Ann Taylor, she ain't playing around. Ain't no one playing around in this case, but she knows how to prey on the weak spots. And I can already see her coming out as this almost Queen of Wands in reverse. Like yeah, she's good. She's got that Queen of Wands energy, but she may have some energy like she's got some secret, sneaky stuff up her sleeve. She could be a good defense attorney, is kind of what I've been picking up. However, I do feel intuitively that there's a strong case here. Hello from Austin. Awesome. Hello. Hello from Oregon over here. So let me share screen and let's just take a look at a couple things before we get started. You know how I like to do my little presentation. Uh-huh. Okay, so just real quick here on TMZ, we have them talking about what just happened with the status hearing. Like, judge orders no bail, not getting out. You're gonna sit up in there and wait 6 months, eat your little vegan food, and just Either way. I'm not hating on vegan diets, no. But a vegan diet in jail, I don't know. I don't know how well that would work out, honestly. There is not 5 seconds. Waves right to speedy trial. So he didn't want the speedy trial. They want time. The defense wants time to catch up here. They're really trying to catch up. They need to catch up to the prosecution. They've got all kinds of stuff. They've been working with the FBI. They've got, they're definitely way ahead of the game here. Okay. Like she's going to have to catch up. The defense is going to have to catch up. But, ever since all of this, the Judge Megan Marshall has ordered that, shoot, sorry, I just had a brain fart. That's been happening. Mercury retrograde. Oh, I just can't. I wish, whatever. We'll just get through it. We'll just be thankful for it. Whatever. We'll get through it. So, has ordered that, dude, I forgot. Okay. I'll remember in a second. All right, I do. Oh, yeah, ordered that, the crime scene, like, needs to be clean, anything like that, so the crime scene is being preserved, so that the defense can utilize that as much as they need to, collect whatever they need to. Says Bryan Kohberger is in no hurry to stand trial for the quadruple murder, and not shockingly, the judge is ordering him to be held without bail until that trial. Yeah, of course. He appeared in Moscow, Idaho courtroom Thursday morning with apparent scratches on his face wearing a red jumpsuit as he waived his right to a speedy trial. The whole hearing was over after just a few minutes, and a preliminary hearing for the trial has been set for June 26th. And now this window that I'm showing to you guys is who is defending Bryan Kohberger. So let's just take a quick look at this. Hopefully it doesn't play this ad.
If you want to be healthier, you've got to get kachava.
I started kachava a month ago because I was eating poorly.
As accused murderer Bryan Kohberger awaits trial, we're taking a closer look at the woman representing him in the high-profile case.
I do find that you are indigent and do qualify for court-appointed counsel. I will appoint Ms. Taylor to represent you in this case.
At Kohberger's initial appearance in Latah County, Idaho last week, 57-year-old Ann Taylor, the Kootenai County Chief Public Defender, was appointed his counsel. Kootenai County is about an hour and a half north of Latah County. Experts we spoke to say Latah County only has 4 public defenders and 2 recused themselves. On top of that, it's common in an underfunded public defender's office for an out-of-county public defender to be brought in if needed. Back in 2017, Taylor started work as the chief public defender for Kootenai County and worked with the office before that between 2004 and 2012. In the interim, Taylor spent 5 years at a private practice where she specialized in criminal defense. The Idaho native received her doctorate from Idaho State University in 1998 and has since practiced law on the local, state, and federal levels. While Kohberger's case may be Taylor's most high-profile one yet, she previously defended Jonathan Ellington, whose case gained notoriety at the state level. Ellington was given a combined sentence of 55 years for second-degree murder and aggravated battery convictions. Taylor helped overturn the case, arguing an Idaho police officer committed perjury in the trial, inciting prosecutorial misconduct.
I don't know if y'all caught the live last night.
Ellington a second trial where he was later reconvicted. Since Kohberger's arrest, though, multiple news outlets have reported Taylor visited the University of Idaho's quadruple murder scene at an off-campus home on King Road. Kohberger was arrested on December 30th, more than 1 month after the 4 students were found brutally stabbed to death. Kohberger, a Pennsylvania native, was arrested at his parents' home in the Poconos. After a brief court appearance in Monroe County, Pennsylvania last week, Kohberger was extradited to Latah County, Idaho. At his initial appearance in Idaho, Taylor was appointed his counsel. Moving forward, though, Judge Megan Marshall issued a gag order in the case blocking anyone involved from discussing it publicly. Kohberger is due back in court on January 12th. Reporting.
All right, so basically, Yeah, she's a public defender, but that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean public defender, oh, she's not good. Happy Friday the 13th. You know, unfortunately, this is the two-month anniversary since the murders of Xana, Ethan, Madison, and Kaylee. And that is why we are here. And that is why we are doing what we do. And that is why we keep this memory alive, because it breaks my heart every day. And it has since I found out about this case, the brutality and the brutal nature of what was done to those kids. Okay. Like, I don't know how y'all feel about it, but my heart bleeds for their families, for just the way that they were taken out of this place. It's just so sad. And like, you look at this person and I've done so much analysis, you know, I don't know if y'all have been with me, but if you have, then like, we've done a lot of comparing and a lot of kind of character analysis and everything like that. So we're going to watch just a little bit more and then we're going to get started. Let me share this one with you. Yeah, I was watching. Well, maybe we can find the video that I have that shows happy memories of these guys. I'll have to mute the music, but we could watch a little blip of it for a minute. Xana was the life of the party. When I get downloads from her, she's really silly, and she had something interesting to say. And I think I might have written it down. I think I have it all written down. So we'll get to all that. Let's just play this real quick. Talking about
now to Idaho, where the suspect accused of murdering 4 Idaho students made his second court appearance last hour. We just got new video of Bryan Kohberger in court, straight-faced, not looking at the crowd or the media. He faces 4 counts of first-degree murder in addition to burglary charges, and prosecutors are weighing whether to pursue the death penalty.
Dude,
Kohberger
stare. I don't care what anyone says. Look at those
preliminary hearing. Essentially what that means is that the prosecution can take their time, right? So at the end of the day, what happened there was housekeeping. They talked about dates of the next hearing, so there was nothing particularly substantive with this particular hearing. It's more procedural. Hammer, I have a question for you, a thoughtful question. It's this. With questions of death penalty on the table, if he had committed his atrocious murders, for the sake of argument, he did it for right now, okay, let's just say. If he had done it 8 miles to the west, the death penalty wouldn't have been an option because it's not an option in Washington state. It's only an option in Idaho. Given that he fancied himself, we understand, allegedly some type of, mastermind, and he was getting his PhD in criminology and he could outsmart the system. And in light of the fact that he made so many amateur mistakes that enabled him to get caught, do you see this as the most fundamental mistake he made? Or do you see it as a potential bargaining chip that he knew, just like we saw in Florida, just like we've seen all around the country, that a lot of people use it as, well, you know what, I'll plead guilty if you take capital punishment off the table.
I know I'm going to disappoint you, but I don't know the answer to that. And I don't know the answer because I don't know what the motive yet is for why these 4 people were so brutally murdered. In Idaho, however, there are 8 people on death row today. The state has not executed anyone in 10 years. The last inmate to be sent to death row was 2017 for killing a cop in Coeur d'Alene in northern Idaho. Paul Morrow, who we rely on a lot to take us through this trial, he's not going to be back in court until June.
Correct.
June 26th, almost July. This is a 6-month punt of this trial. And what happens during the proceeding when they come back? This could go for 5 days. And both sides will apparently present evidence. And so you will get a trial before the trial is how Paul characterizes it. And he says
the next court hearing, the preliminary is going to have a lot of stuff. So actually the next hearing is going to be really chock full of information. We're going to get a lot. We're going to get evidence. We're going to get a bunch of things at that prelim. And I believe that we will be able to know some of that. So I don't know how much the gag order is going to last or till when. I don't know if that's until the trial or what, but we're definitely going to learn a lot more come the preliminary hearing.
System feels weird to him.
Pre-trial.
And in June, I guess the families have to wait, right? The families have to wait now 6 months before this thing gets into motion. Remember, Kohberger is studying for his doctorate in criminology. Did he commit the perfect murder, or did he just think he was good at it? It seems to be what he's trying to figure out based on the evidence after today's proceeding.
That's right. And I think what Bill is getting to, included in that is the hubris. It's either the hubris of a narcissist or the hubris of someone who just fancies himself larger than life, able to get away with this attempted perfect murder that instead left so many bungling and amateur things in its wake that led the police to, I mean, I don't want to say easily, that's a strong word, that so clearly, especially in 2020 hindsight, be able to nab him. That original 19-page affidavit laid out so clearly the myriad of trails that he left. It was more than breadcrumbs, Harris. It was cell phone, it was technology, it was physical presence, it was 12 times stalking those young women. And that was just in the last year. And there were so many more other pieces of evidence. So to Bill's point, you know, if he fancies himself smarter than the system, guess what? You're not.
Yeah, I'm
She
really
sounds
shocked
like me
by
when
what
I
you
talk.
just said.
Happy
I
Friday
didn't
the
know that about the 6
13th.
months.
Yeah, end of June. That's the breaking
That's a long
news,
time.
that
And so,
he's
gonna
going
get
to
weird.
challenge the evidence.
of course he is. And he's going to have time to make copious arguments on his own.
Yeah.
I mean, I just wonder who it benefits to have more time. It certainly doesn't benefit the families.
No.
But how in
Obviously, it's
the
for the
legal scope
defense.
of things, and you did the
It's
interview,
something
and I
that,
didn't see
like,
it.
the
I wish I
lawyer,
had.
you know, has talked about.
But how in the legal scope of things does that change the case, or does it impact the case? Or is that just kind of how it always rolls, that, you know, judges and people in the legal system are available when they're available, and you just kind of go from there?
It's not.
The defense is the ones who want more time. Obviously, they need more time to prepare. Now, does the prosecution want that? No. The prosecution would love to have a speedy trial. They're like, yeah, let's just get this. Let's get it done because we got tons of evidence and we'd rather the defense isn't prepared. Of course, duh. I just get ready for some M. Night Shyamalan twists in this case, you guys. That's enough. I just wanted to tap a little into both sides and kind of see, you know, who's defending Bryan here. And let's see. I thought I had, what's this? Hold on. Let me get one more thing up here real quick. I want you guys to just see the prosecute. I want pictures of these guys up. I thought I had this ready to go. All right, so this is Bill Thompson, the prosecutor. He looks nice, but he looks like if you were on the wrong side of the law, he's coming for you. You know what I mean? He looks like he has some good old-fashioned values. Bill Thompson graduated from the University of Idaho College of Law in 1980, and after 12 years in private practice, was elected Latah County prosecutor in 1992, a position he continues to hold. He served on the Idaho Prosecuting Attorneys Association Board of Directors from 1998 through 2003, and as president in 1999 and 2002. Bill has also served on the Idaho Juvenile Justice Commission. He was awarded an Idaho Association of Counties Sidney Duncombe Award for Excellence in County Government in 2014. He's been around the block. He knows his stuff. Okay. Bill Thompson. All right. So this is a case of, oops. This is a case of Bill Thompson versus Ann Taylor with Judge Megan Marshall presiding. So, all right. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm going to start out with a few. I just want to show you these cards that I pulled already. I don't care if anyone in here is like, oh, you're not legit. You didn't shuffle. I will. Don't worry. And if anyone doesn't like how I do something over here, too bad. Get out of here. Nobody got time for that. Okay. This is my jam. And of course, it's hard for me to not start looking into something before the time. Okay. All right. So the first thing I saw was like it was the world that came in. It was 3 of Pentacles, the world in reverse, and the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. So it was like, I'm definitely seeing a lot of co-conspiring here, a lot of working together to make a plan happen. That is what the Three of Pentacles represents: collaboration, teamwork, coming together, putting in effort, building something together. Love at work, but that's not what this card means right now. This is definitely talking about a lot of forces coming together and what's the word I'm looking for? Colliding, converging in order to really bring something to the forefront here. And so I started to dig at their energies a little bit and see like what I could see. And so just briefly, that Seven of Pentacles as well, with this world in reverse with the Three of Pentacles, is like very much the prosecution is going to be showing up with their A game. That's what I can see right here. They are going to be showing up with their A game to flip the world on Kohberger, right? And the defense, the defendant, the defense, the whole jam, right? Bill looks like a no nonsense kind of guy. I agree. I thought the same thing whenever I thought of him. Let me also really quick. They're already saying it's going to be hard for him to have a fair trial in Idaho. So I just kind of feel like everyone that's in Idaho is like, this is a really effed up crime. And I think everyone wants to see justice happen here. And I think we all kind of want to see that justice can really prevail in situations like this, because would it not make us all as a people feel a lot more safe? Why, yes, it would. It would. So let me pull up. All right, whatever. I got an article on her too. So yeah, so I really see people coming together to like kind of turn the world upside down here, turn Bryan's world upside down, just like he did, potentially, allegedly, to the four victims that, that were slain in the night, okay, in the wee hours of the morning. We won't say by whom, however. Nice. All right, and so as I probe a little bit more, I ask, like, I want to see Anne's energy, right? The Queen of Wands comes in reverse. Now, I was already kind of getting vibes like, to be, well, she's a public defender, so not all the people that she deals with are guilty necessarily. And thank God for public defenders. They're needed. But I'm telling you, she's crafty. She's got some tricks up her sleeve. Now, honestly, can you compete with what we just read about, like Bill Thompson and the prosecution? It's very established. It's the defendant against the state. The prosecution works for the state. It's the defendant against the state. So you really think you can take on the whole state? That's what they're going to try and do. And I see the Seven of Wands in reverse here, though. So it's almost going to be like, I'm feeling like the battle is going to be challenging. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be like certain things are not worth the fight here, or realizing you're backed into a corner, or they're just going to have to try to grasp at straws here and not grasp at straws, but they're going to have to try to do whatever they can. They're going to have to try to attack every bit of evidence. They're going to try to shred Dylan when she testifies. They're going to really put her on the hot seat. So I hope that she's prepared for that. And I hope that they put her on her A game. And I hope she comes ready for battle when she comes into court. If you happen to see this at any point in time, girl, when you come to court, you better suit up and be ready, baby. Be ready to really be sure about what it is that you know. When they grill you, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? You got to be sure. You got to be 100% sure. It can't be like, well, maybe, because they're going to have that thrown right out the court. They will have it thrown out, and we won't even, I'm feeling like, from what I've learned already, from what I've been paying attention to, watching The Lawyer, and all the discussions around the legal aspects of the case, it might not be in the best interest of the prosecution to have her testify, because if her testimony is shaky, they're gonna pounce on that. They're gonna prey on that, right? That's what the Queen of Wands here. She's crafty. That'd be like a karmic in another reading, right? She's kind of like the Ann Taylor's like the karmic here. Like, oh yeah, you're here to defend the big bad wolf, essentially. But also Kohberger is going to come with some interesting energy. We are definitely going to see different sides of him, though. This is going to be really weird. It's going to be a weird trial. I hope we're able to see the trial. I think we will, and I hope that we are. We should be able to. I think. I mean, what if he goes like Ted Bundy, you know, on us and is like, we'll see, but we'll see. He comes with this meek energy. He comes with this energy of like, oh, I could never. But like, dude, why? And all your behaviors are so strange and criminal seeming and suspicious. Okay. Once again, you guys, as in the original reading I did for the Idaho 4, when I was trying to probe the killer, guess what? Came out on the white horse. Remember that? Remember Death Rides a White Horse? Go watch that reading if you haven't. I called that white Elantra way before they ever told us about it. I said, Death rides a white horse. Death rode a white horse, maybe drove a white car. Here he shows up again as the Knight of Wands again on the white horse. Check it. On your white horse, does this mean they are going to prove that he was the one driving the white car? That is going to come out. It's going to come out like this is your car and you were even with it the very same day. So are y'all going to say that the car was stolen and somebody happened to just steal your car, your knife, and your phone? Or are we going to be able to prove that this person came riding in hot in the night? Notice this card is in at night. It's not always, but in this one it is. Look, under the light of the moon, driving down those rural roads. Look at that. That's a rural looking road, you guys. Hella trippy. Hella trippy. Charming, egocentric, hero, hot tempered, fiery, personality, energetic, courageous, rebellious player, but whatever. Yeah, Death rides a white horse, and here he is once again charging around in the rural area. Look at that, it's super rural. Hello, welcome. If this is your first time, we are diving into some tarot now, getting into the trial. And Death rides a white horse once again. No, but this is the card I pulled for Bryan Kohberger, and here he's seen riding a white horse through this rural area at night, right? With the light of the torch. So he keeps coming through on a white horse. They're going to place him with the car. I really feel that strongly here. But he's also going to try to come forward. You know, I think maybe his temper might come out a little bit. Hello, welcome. But I also think Bryan's going to try to give this kind of this what do you call it? Oh, like I'm honorable. Oh, but really like what we looked at yesterday when we did all the comparative analysis and the character analysis, we saw that a lot of people had weird things to say about Bryan, even since the time that he was a kid. So is it going to be that easy to prove that you were this knight in shining armor? I don't think so. And I see the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I see the Wheel of Fortune in reverse for him. I pulled this for him. I said, give me more, Spirit, and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse came. So Wheel of Fortune not on his side here. I don't feel like it's really going to be on his side. And he thinks he's arrogant. He's arrogant with this Knight of Wands energy. He's immature as well. I feel like this is showing him as unseasoned. You know, you thought you were ready for something like this. Maybe he was. Maybe this is what he wanted all along. He doesn't care either way. He just wanted the fame. He wanted the nickname. He wanted the attention. He's going to have his groupies and everything. You know, maybe this is just what he wanted all along. And so that takes me to another point. I feel like he wants a trial, you guys. The narcissist in him, which it's there. Come on. Allegedly, I can see it. I feel it. The narcissist in him, it wants its day in court. He wants this, how do you call it? Drunk, stop. You're scratching my bed up. Stop it. Freaking dog has to scratch before he lays down. What and why? You're a little mole. So he wants to stay in court. He wants to be seen. He wants the whole, he wants the whole court circus, right? Seven of Swords in reverse. Boom. The revealing of this Seven of Swords energy. In the Seven of Swords, in this one, there's a fox. I don't know if you can see that. Yep, there's the fox, right? With the little light on its nose. It's almost like you have a conscience, you knew what's right or wrong, but you chose anyway. The fox is cunning. He's going to be cunning here, but his cunning is going to be revealed because that's what it means when it comes in reverse. When the Seven of Swords comes in reverse, sorry, freaking ring light. When the Seven of Swords comes in reverse, it means that bad behavior will be revealed. Bad behavior will be revealed. Want to be famous? Yeah. There's this little butterfly on the end of the nose, but it's like I almost am getting that light, being like, that's their spirits. Dude, the spirits of Ethan, Xana, Kaylee, Maddie. Like, you cannot snuff that light, and that's what keeps coming through. That light, their light, justice will be served. Like, come on, dude. You are not going to outsmart the cops, outsmart the public, and what? Get one over on the Almighty itself, on divine justice, on the scales of karma? I think not. I think not. Because I pulled the justice card next. There will be justice. Truth will come out. The sword of truth will come out, and the truth will become very, very, very clear to all parties involved here. It really will. I 100% believe that. Whatever, call me. I'll quit doing tarot if this is wrong. Call me out. But I really feel like we're gonna see justice be served in this situation. Now, this was just a light spread really quick. Six of Swords in reverse. You're not getting away. You're not sneaking away. You're not gonna, like he tried to, he was not a he was a fugitive when they caught him. He was a fugitive. He wasn't supposed to be running. He was a suspect. And he was being followed, and he knew he was being followed by the FBI. So why were you throwing trash away in your neighbor's trash cans wearing medical gloves in the middle of the night if you're so innocent? All of those things are going to be used against him. All of it. And the defense has pretty minimal at this point. I feel in the court of public opinion, if he's already guilty, you got to think that we're all people, right? We're all people. The jury's going to be people that are selected from the community. They are probably, with the evidence that's provided, going to come to the same conclusion. He does give the heebie-jeebies. He does look like he has no soul. That's the common look of the sociopath stare. That was what we dove into last night. We dove into that last night, and we got all into a deep dive on sociopathy. So if you're interested in that, we did a lot of comparison, and we looked at his character and what people had to say about him, and we looked at his eyes, and we did comparison to different people's eyes, and we saw some things in there. Those eyes are jeepers creepers. Where'd you get those peepers? Jeepers creepers. Where'd you get those eyes? That's what I think of him in his eyes. So he's got the sociopath stare for sure. I'm like not making that up. That is a real thing. It is something that predators freaking display. So look at him. He's so happy with himself. Who's that? Oh, ha, 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 ha. When I searched it, it brought up the thumbnail for my video. How funny. That's the video I did. Really good, actually. Very educational. Check it out if you haven't. Oh, I'm not even screen sharing. God. You guys. Bear with me. We'll get back to the cards in just a second. You just got to do your best on Mercury retrograde. Hey, that's cool. I Google searched something and my thing popped up. Maybe it knows it's me. That's why I brought it up, but maybe that would come up. That's cool. brought up my reading. I love it. That's a weird look. Somebody said that someone was saying, like, if you were to analyze this look right here that he's got going on, that this look is likened to potentially hiding anger, having anger. He's looking over at the press, could be concealing some anger here. Okay. So let's get back to the cards. Six of Swords. You thought you were going to run away, get away, steal away. Nah. Six of Swords in reverse. No, you ain't going nowhere. Actually, his movement might potentially be very halted. Here's the thing, though. You know, he could end up getting a deal where he says, like, hey, if I plead guilty, take off the option of capital punishment. You know, to me, I feel like it kind of sucks to imagine him just sitting in jail, being famous. He's gonna love it. He's gonna love every minute of that. You know, so is that what we really want? I don't know, but it's not about what we want. It is about divine justice, and it's about the family. So we have to wait and see. All right, I kind of wanted to pull maybe a couple of these like zodiac oracle cards for the different parties involved. Just get an idea of like energy quality. I actually did already. That's the thing. I already started doing this reading, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna get the same stuff next time, but maybe I will. I had pulled Scorpio. I pulled the Scorpio card actually for the defense. We do know that Bryan is a Scorpio. And I thought, what does the energy of Scorpio represent, right? It represents death. It represents also, it is very cunning. It's very smart, it works in the shadows, right? So Scorpios could be kind of manipulative. They could definitely, in their reversed energy, be into dark things as well, you know? So Bryan, the googly-eyed killer. A nickname for him? Yeah, I'm like thinking Bryan, like Burnt Burger, Browburger. That's a good one. Browburger. I like it. Yeah, yeah. Bryan Browburger. I don't want him to have a cool nickname because F him. Wow, there's Libra though. We got the scales of justice coming. That's cool. All right, Libra does represent, you know, fairness. This like they're going to be head to head though. I see head to head energy. Is this talking about like they're going to have kind of an equal fight? I don't know here. So let's get the energy of the defense, right? Of the defense of Ann Taylor. All right. The energy of Gemini. Maybe in the reverse, but maybe we don't need it to be. We'll just think about like, what does Gemini represent, right? Two sides. Two sides. We've got the ability to play the devil's advocate here, which is what she's doing. She is potentially playing the devil's advocate. That is what she does. All right. So that's the energy we're working on with defense. You know, very mental. Could have a lot of mental energy. Could be very good at arguing. Could be a quick thinker here. Yeah, the weapon, you know, that might eventually come out. Like, if it comes out that he gets on death row, I feel like he's going to try to use that weapon maybe as leverage. I don't know why he would give up the location of the weapon, but who knows? Maybe he'll come forward with all of it. You know, BTK eventually did. He did. And yeah, good and bad. We've got a lot of duality with the Gemini energy, right? So, and it is similar to Scorpio. So that's kind of funny that that's coming out. So let's see for the prosecution. All right, for the prosecution, nice. We're going to take two right there, Venus and Saturn. Interesting energies. So we do have the energy of Venus coming out, right? Venus representing all that is beautiful, all that is true. Beauty is truth, right? Love. This is you know, the state. They're the ones who are supposedly fighting the good fight. They're having to fight the bad guys here. It's good guys against the bad guys. So in this case, they're coming with love, okay? A lot of heart, and that's good. I can see with the color green here that Bill Thompson, like we were saying, you know, he's been in this game for a while. He's got a lot of heart. And I feel like the prosecution is going to come with the heart, and they're going to hit the jury in the heart, in the feels. Imagine when all the evidence comes out, you guys. They are going to display some things that are going to be very shocking to the jury. They're going to maybe let them hold certain things. They might let them see blood-soaked clothing. They might even just the photographs of everything. You know, all that's probably going to come out. So they're going to hit everyone in their feels. It's going to be a very, very emotional roller coaster, this trial. When it finally goes down, it's going to be a wild ride. It's going to be quite the journey, this trial. But the scales of balance, I feel, are going to prevail. I do. I feel that's a good sign that Libra came right there. But I see head to head, toe to toe, right? But the prosecution's coming with love. It's going to be a little hard at this point to get people to sympathize with Bryan. If anything, they're going to insert some reasonable doubt in there. Yeah, I mean, it would be really hard. For somebody like me, it wouldn't be that hard. And I don't want to say it's because I'm biased or anything like that, but you know, the evidence will speak for itself. The evidence will speak for itself, and my heart would go out to the families, and I would really be listening to what they want here in this case. But for me, it wouldn't be that hard. I'd be like, that's why they wouldn't pick me as a juror. They'd be like, how much do you know? I'm like, well, I have a whole channel that's dedicated to this stuff, so I know a lot. Hello, Karen Lee. So yeah, it's going to be really tough for sure on everyone. It's going to be emotional. We're going to hear all the gory details. It's going to be hard. Okay, it's going to be hard for anyone and everyone that's involved. Maybe besides Kohberger, because he's going to be loving every minute of it. I think personally. Yes, exactly. So that's one thing we can't forget about. Like everyone gets so wrapped up in the Bryan Kohberger, and we get so wrapped up in the, you know, talking about the red runners and the ones that, you know, the demoniacs. Like let's remember the victims, because they are the ones that this is about. Avenging their lives and bringing justice for what was done for them. Their lives were ended short, potentially because of someone who was filled with jealous rage. Couldn't you have taken it out in a healthier way? No, you had to go and make the whole world suffer with you. Woe is you, Bryan Kohberger. Hope you got what you want. Aw. They all have such beautiful souls. I want to try and find that video real quick after I finish off on this portion of the reading. So Saturn came next. Now, I don't know if y'all are aware, but like, looking for a book deal? Oh, he's going to be looking for all those book deals. He wants to get interviewed by Dr. Ramsland. I'm sure he'd love to have a Netflix special, all of that. No, he wants to be famous like BTK, but he won't be as famous as BTK. But I mean, he killed 4 people in one night potentially. So I feel like that's like, he feels maybe proud of that, right? But we've got Saturn showing up. Now, Saturn is the Lord of Karma, baby. So you've got Justice, Venus, and the Lord of Karma presiding over here. I think it's going to be enough to reveal the two-faced nature of the defendant and maybe even of the nature of the defense. Please hit the like button if you guys have not already, please, to support this live, to support my channel and our community. And please subscribe if you love my vibe and want to become part of the tribe if you have not already. And if you already are, thanks for coming back. I love you guys so much. Wow, Sagittarius on the bottom. So yeah, I'm telling you, like they're gonna hit you, and here's Cancer. They're gonna hit you in the feels. We're all gonna get hit in the feels in this case, and it's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be rough. And You know that one thing actually that's interesting and true about the defense is a good defense will actually go into the thing assuming that their client is guilty, attempting to prove their innocence. If you go about it that way, it's a little different than if you go into it knowing they're innocent, trying to prove they're guilty. If you can prove that someone's innocent, hey, they very well may be innocent. If you can insert that reasonable doubt, maybe then that could be the case, but what I feel is she's gonna have to approach this as if he actually is guilty, interestingly enough. So just know that she might even already, you gotta do your job. She's gonna have to do her job. Karma is that biatch, and she keeps the receipts, right? That's justice are the scales of ma'at. Divine laws of karma are the divine laws of balance in the universe. If you think you can escape that, yeah, you just might be a grandiose, narcissistic sociopath, psychopath, whatever. Okay, whatever. So, do we want to do more tarot? Do we want to do some spirit box? Do you guys want to take a deeper look into this? That was a pretty good overview energetically of I feel like how this case is going to go. But no, okay, let's get a little more. Let's get a little more. Okay. Holy Spirit, yeah, because I have some feelings that I want to see. Let's see. Yeah. Lovers again, Gemini energy. Thank you. I love you guys. I'm a divine mirror. We're all just reflecting to each other. All right, so let's see, Holy Spirit. It's like consciousness in reverse. Okay. The outsider. Ooh. The outsider. The outsider looking in. And I feel like that's like what the prosecution is going to be trying to prove here about Bryan Kohberger, that he was an outsider looking in. Yeah, it's heartbreaking, the whole entire thing. Like, hold on, let me see if I can find something real quick here. Let me go into my footage. Hold on, where's my playlist? No, I can probably find it in my history. There we go. I don't want to get flagged. I was just watching it not that long ago. There's that one. Oh, okay. 1 second. This wasn't the one. You guys have maybe seen it. It's like video footage of everybody while they're vivacious and alive. And Xana looked like such a goofball. She looked like really such the life of the party. And I was getting downloads from Ethan, and I was really feeling like he did his best to try to, I don't know, tire the killer out a little bit before he passed, because he wished that he could have saved all the girls in that house. But I do feel like that it had something to do with him, that maybe dude could not take the last two girls. So let me get here. Can't hear sound just because I don't want to get in trouble. But let's just watch for a second and see some photos of them while they were. Let me see if I can find the other one. So many videos, geez. Here we go. I don't know if you guys had got to see this one. I know, it's just hard to imagine like them being so full of life and then just suddenly being gone from this earth. Like that the person that did this had to have had such hatred in their heart, you know? Let's not forget about this weird card. I don't want to lose this one. Actually, I'm gonna drudge it back out again because that freaking Knight of Wands, I'm telling you, dude, riding on the white horse, like every time. It's so weird. It's not weird, and it totally makes sense. And that's Spirit's way of communicating that that's true. I don't know who put this together. Let's find that card. Oh my gosh, Mercury retrograde. Just give me a break. One more week of this, you said? All right, fine. Just watch this for another sec. They are soulmates, and that was something I got. They were best friends in life, and it was like, you know, Xana was gonna pass that night, and I feel like Ethan's soul dressed up as ghosts. Oh my goodness, dressed up as ghosts. Ethan's soul knew that Xana was gonna go, and I got a download from him. He said he couldn't let her go alone. They did everything together in life, and they even crossed. I'm seeing 33 right now. I'm gonna cry. They were best friends, and in life and death, he says he couldn't let her go by herself. How could you let your girlfriend go through that? Your loved one, your partner, your soulmate, the love of your life. You wouldn't let them go through that. He was so noble. I feel like he actually had such a noble heart and a noble soul that he wanted to be with her when she crossed over. He didn't have to do that. You know, he chose to be there. Like, I'm going to let all these women just go down like that. He was the real embodiment of the divine masculine. Whereas Kohberger, what a broken, hollowed out shell. So jealous, so hateful, can't create for yourself that you have to take the life away from. Yeah, Jack and Kaylee too, honestly. She told me, they have some messages, you guys. They do. We're going to get to that. I have messages from each one of them actually right here that I had written down. Yeah, they had so much fun and just were so lighthearted, and people like her are so wonderful, a light, you know, a light in the world. They were just full of so much light and love and fun and youth. I was way more depressed when I was young, but Kaylee's energy is very strong. She's come very strong through to me in all of this. Like, Kaylee has been, I don't know, I feel like her spirit's been one of the main ones communicating to me. I've seen her come through as like, she's come through as like an angel at times. They all do, but like her energy communicated with me really strong one night. So, wow. Yep. Rebirth. Look at that. Rebirth. That's like, sorry, moving up out of this heavy weighted energy into the lightness of spirit. Thank you, babies. Okay, so it is, and if it's true, like what was leaked, and maybe one of them's face was like beaten so badly that you couldn't see who they were anymore. I had a vision of just the hatred that this person felt for everything that that beautiful face represented, was everything that the monster inside that person would never be. So they wanted to destroy, and not even just that one situation, just to do what they did. You wanted to destroy the light because of all the rage and hatred that you feel inside towards society. That wasn't about those four. It was about, that was a F you to society. You know? So, all right, let's see. Yeah, but he's a narcissist. They would never do that. All right, let's get in. I don't know. What do you guys think? I feel like we already did that. Like we already saw the defense. Let's see the judge. Maybe look at the judge and stuff. Let's see like what we don't see coming in this case. Holy Spirit, what do you want us to see? Show us Bryan Kohberger's energy in this case. Hold on, I gotta actually get this off of here. Hold on, where is it? Hold on, I gotta remove the comment. Sorry, nothing personal. There it is. Okay. Yeah, so the prosecution's gonna hit us in our feels. We know that. I really don't feel like a boxer and a kickboxer. Yeah, and there was articles about him grappling his friend down in high school, and the kid said he was mean. Let's see. Actually, this isn't the deck for this. I need just a regular tarot deck. What's in here? Grandma's cards? Yeah, okay. Let's use my grandma's cards. Ooh, the grandmas are going to get him. All right, stars are going to align. Let's see. Holy Spirit, show us Bryan Kohberger's energy in the trial. Ooh. Wow. Ha! Wow. Oh my God, Grandma, you're the best ever. Wow. All right, first card. 7 of Wands. Okay, so obviously he is going to be coming up against a lot of forces that want to see him fail. Okay. Even kind of looks like him. Could be. Maybe this one's more blonde. I can't tell. Coming up against a lot of forces. Dude, you're in for a fight. He's going to be having to really defend himself against a lot here. There's a lot. This is what I'm taking this as. There's a lot of evidence that's going to come out against him. And it's going to be really hard with your one little stick to fight off all those sticks in front of you. Next card. 9 of Swords. A lot of sleepless nights leading up to this. And when more evidence comes out, he's going to start freaking out and realizing, uh-oh, maybe I'm more effed. No, he doesn't like women. He doesn't like that he has a woman as his public defender. I know that. I know that. I don't think she's a bad lady. I just think she's good at her job and she's going to do the best she can here, you know, with what she's given. And she might throw us some curveballs, but justice, I think, is going to really prevail. I feel I see Bryan Kohberger being all up in his head here during this trial. He is going to be losing sleep at night. He's going to really be trying to remember and recount certain things. He's not going to be able to keep up with all of his own lies. He's going to realize at some point, he's going to kind of realize, like, the jig is up. Like, you can only take this so far. You know, you're only going to get so much. Thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate that. That is so wonderful. How nice. Thank you so much. Beautiful. My gift for yours. Very sweet exchange of energy, and I appreciate you, Annie. So I really see him being up in his head. I see him having a lot of sleepless nights. I see him really mulling over all of this, all the lies and all the information that he's built up, right? It's really going to come out here. See, this one's conspiring. Like, the Hermit can be talking about conspiring kind of in secret here, right? Like on your own, being very much a loner. It's going to come out like this person is a loner, like they walking around in the dark here, right? It's like you got your one little lantern in the dark, and that's all you got. But hermit vibes, I'm feeling loner vibes for sure. Like he might end up feeling like it is him against the world here at some point. You got your public defender to defend you, but at the end of the day, like she can only do what she can do as well. And if you really are guilty, you're effed. You're fugged. Fugged. Yep, minus the drugs. You don't get to have drugs in your system this time unless you begin drugs up in jail. But I don't know if he's in solitary confinement or what. He definitely is going to be in high security. So if he's in high security, probably not having too much interaction with others. Wow, I see him being revealed as a King of Pentacles in reverse. Very selfish. Very concerned with egoic pursuits. Money, status, but also somebody who really just didn't have a lot, who really is not super interested in creating for themselves. It's easier for him to get his fame by taking away from others. That's why it's like that pentacle in reverse. That's me take from you to get by, to get over, to get one up, but totally selfish. Very selfish, very not introverted, but like, very isolated type of person. I'm getting, hard to connect with others. I'm getting antisocial personality disorder potentially here, sociopathy. And that's not normally how I'd read the Hermit, but the Hermit can be read like a loner, of course. I'm in the Hermit energy a lot of times, but, in his case, he's not so savory. The Hermit can take on multiple meanings. So they can all take on multiple meanings, the cards. And sometimes it's intuitive what you feel from it as well, or what you see in the symbolism. So here we have following once again, justice. That's 3 times justice, you guys. That is 3 times justice. That's solidifying that power. This is Friday the 13th. No, he didn't. But you know what? He could have been a great person. He could have chosen to be a better person. He's very intelligent. He could have done great things with his intelligence instead of, he decided he would rather have a vendetta against society when you really could have done something with your wisdom. You could have done something with your intelligence, right? We will use another deck. And I'm telling you, if that justice card just keeps coming flying out every deck, like, whoa, you can't deny it. You can't deny that. Okay? So beyond justice being served once again for the 3rd time here in this reading, Trace, you have judgment in reverse. So not getting the news that you want. I'm getting the verdict is out. I'm getting the verdict is out here, and I don't think that it's going to be something he wants to hear. No, I feel like this is negative judgment. This is going to be being negatively judged. Yeah. And again, now also to just validate the Wheel of Fortune in reverse again. Once again, coming for him. This came for him the last time, but you guys didn't see me shuffle that time. So here we go. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. No, that wheel ain't spinning in your favor, baby. No, you don't get to play the little devilly games here like this devil. Take a free ride on the wheel. It's going to balance out. Confirmation burps. Thank you, Spirit. Confirmation burps. You know what? We love these cards, so let's play with these for just a minute. We love these cards. The juicy gossip cards. The spill the beans cards. The what's the vibe? So, do you guys want me to put it down so you don't just stare at my face? I can have you guys look at the cards. Y'all want to see the cards? Or are you like looking at me? What do you want? Mamma mia. What? I don't know. Why did I just kind of become Italian for a second? That's probably because I had Italian food tonight. I don't know. What? Don't listen to anything I have to say. Freaking goofball. All right. Holy Spirit, show us Bryan Kohberger's energy for the trial. Wow. Salty. Salty, spiteful, dramatic, jealousy. You a little bit of sugar with your salt there, baby? You're looking a little spiteful, a little jealous. Dramatic, though. Are we going to see some drama? Some defensiveness with that Seven of Wands? Some salty energy, huh? Show us more here, Holy Spirit. Clarify the... Oh, I forgot about these cards, too. We should use these ones. I haven't used these ones in a little while. We should use those ones. Oh. Oh! Police. Wee, wee. That's a good sign. He is wired wrong. And you guys are coming with the good names in there. I like it. I like it. He is wired wrong. You know, those that, well, they say psychopaths are technically maybe born that way. Their brains are wired wrong. Maybe they have an extra chromosome that makes them naturally that way. BTK was like that. He was born that way. There's no reason why he should have been that way. He really wasn't abused when he was a kid or anything. He came from a pretty decent home. He was wired that way. It was his brain and how it was. They say sociopaths can be creative, but I have a feeling this one could even be a little bit more than that. You know, he could be wired wrong for sure. Some ain't right about that one, but also he was bullied when he was younger and stuff. He has been neglected, I think, a little bit as well. I think he has been neglected, left to his own devices too much in life. His parents have been concerned with their own, you know, they've had to deal with. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I'm not sure. I guess we could look at that. That would be interesting because I guess what I'm feeling is with him, it feels more of a matter of circumstance. Like this, it almost feels like this could have been prevented if someone could have maybe seen the signs, but maybe not. Maybe he's a psychopath and that would have had nothing to do with it. But, you know, it could be that he's a created sociopath, you know? I don't know. With psychopathic tendencies. We're not sure what he's going to even be diagnosed with. Like, we won't see any of that until the trial as well. What if they come out and say, like, that his psych reports reveal that he has antisocial personality disorder and he's like a narcissistic sociopath or a psychopath? What if his psych eval says something like that? That would be like that would be an M. Night Shyamalan twist, because that would change the whole nature of this game. That would make us all look at him a lot differently. It would be a lot harder to be innocent or to prove your innocence if that you were discovered to be psychopathic or sociopathic. So we'll find out about that. We'll get an idea though, and the mental state isn't looking great. He doesn't sleep. I see the 9 of Swords. With that 9 of Swords, the dude has a hard time. He's gonna be looking raggedy in the trial too. I bet he's gonna be looking skin and bones. So let's get a little bit more clarity on this Hermit energy. Venting, talking about your issues. Okay. Coming off as a hermit, or is it like it's like repressed energy that could only be repressed for so long? Is he going to open up? Is he going to talk here? It does say venting. You know, maybe he's going to air a lot more than we think, talking about your issues, or maybe he's going to say things that are going to kind of make him look a certain way. Like once Ted Bundy got on a roll when he was in court, it was like a whole circus. The dude it was wild, but they couldn't stop him because he knew he had the right to do that. So the more he would talk, though, you would really get a clue into, hi, kitty cat, you little cutie. You'd get a clue into like who he was. You know, Ted Bundy at one point cross-examined one of the police who showed up on the crime scene. And it was brutal because he made the police officer go over and over the gory details, and the way he was like, tell me more. Tell me, how were their bodies placed? And tell me, was it like this? Where was the blood? He was so into it. He wanted to hear every little detail. So like maybe once Bryan gets talking, who knows? Maybe we might start seeing some different aspects of his personality come out. It does have almost everything to do with him hating women. Psychologically, that would even have to probably end up being part of the motive, I think, is like, you know, he actually online, if it was him talking online from these secret accounts, he had kind of made it clear that there was something about that house and about these people, even the cars parked outside potentially. There were things about them that triggered him. And he was bullied by pretty women, a whole group of them. And apparently it was pretty relentless. And it affected him pretty badly, I think. So there is actually some PTSD in there possibly. And I do feel he might have been really triggered by these people in particular. There was something about them. Maybe one of them looked like one of the girls that bullied him, or maybe a couple of them looked like them, or there was just maybe their attitude or their dynamic, you know? Parenting, focus on your children, co-parenting. There is energy about the parents coming through here. And oh, wow, you guys are going to find this really interesting. He wanted to feel something. Well, yeah, they do actually. A lot of serial killers say that they do end up doing that because they want to feel something. They don't really feel if he is a sociopath or if he is someone that is lacking in normal human emotions and he doesn't have that that sensory, that stimuli sensory that normal people have, is they do things like this because they want to feel something because they're so monotone energetically. They don't feel much. They never really get much excitement of any kind unless it's something so extreme like this. So that's kind of why they end up doing that. But you guys see, because third wheel, he always felt like the third wheel, other people, affair, karmic cycle. But third wheel, look, the light's on, right? Like you said, he's got that idea that also he was only ever going to be in the background. He was never really going to be one of the popular people. He was never going to be famous. He wasn't going to get the recognition that he wanted. And he knew that. And he had this idea and he thought, you know what? If I do this, I could become famous. Like the serial killers that he was studying in school. He was studying these guys. Don't you think he was studying them before he went to school to study them? Sure. Well, because if you can keep men and women divided, then you can keep us all as better consumers and you can keep the family broken. That's really the whole goal of modern day society, is to keep the family broken so that way we're all better consumers. Sorry to say, but the feminist movement was aimed at doing just that. Not all women wanted to step into the role of having to do the things that men do, or some of us enjoy our feminine roles, you know? And I'm not saying like all feminism is bad or anything like that, but what you're saying right now is it's an attack on the family. It is. It's an attack on the family. And so the more you can keep men and women at odds with each other, the more you keep us all from uniting against what? The larger, greater conspiracies that are meant to repress us and to, what's the word that I'm trying to think of? Repress, whatever. So the next card, you guys, well, we'll consider this one justice just because it would basically be the justice card. Judge. That's 4 times. Okay. 4 times we saw the scales of justice pop out here. 4 times. I'm telling you. Legal matters, court hearing, final decision. Yeah, you guys got to think in an expanded way. Think outside the box. Think at the top, there's somebody at everything. Okay. Anything that's aimed to make you do anything is aiming to make you do that thing for a reason. Any advertisements, any, even in culture, having status, is aimed to keep us all at different levels of existence, like to keep us kind of in these different places where we're never really all unified as one. So maybe we don't really know that. We will find out more. The lawyer of the family saying that, he didn't know any of them, but I don't know if I believe that. They've already admitted to lying to us, and they've said they'll lie as much as they need to in order to keep this case protected. So I've been feeling Kaylee all along. I'm not attached to it being Kaylee. It could have just been all of them. It could have been that, and people were saying, well, Kaylee wasn't supposed to be there. But I mean, if you're stalking social media, he would know all of their whereabouts because they were like always posting on TikTok and stuff. So I'm sure he knew. I'm sure if he was stalking Kaylee, he would have known that she was going to be there that night. And he might have even known that she was about to move to Texas. And so it was like the last night to strike. Either that, or he had maybe a thing for Xana and Maddie, or maybe just one of them. Or maybe it was just really what they all represented. Yeah, he would have never been accepted, and he wasn't. And he probably tried to insert himself. Maybe he might have tried to go to their parties, or he might have tried to, go on a date with one of them, or who knows? Who's the mysterious maybe they went on a date, and maybe he said something to the effect of "Make me a sandwich, biatch," or something like that, or maybe made a joke like that, and maybe Kaylee just thought that was in bad taste and just didn't feel his energy and didn't vibe. Like, who knows? We'll learn more. But see, boom, crush. He did. Maybe he had a crush on one of them. We were just talking about Kaylee, but who knows? Maybe he had a crush on one of them. And we can try and ask that again tonight to the spirit box, which I think we'll get into maybe pretty soon here. Okay, Netflix and chill. So that makes me feel like somebody could have potentially tried to go on a date, maybe did go on a date, maybe even just tried to ask if somebody wanted to go on a date and they might have blown him off, Somebody like this could be very slighted from something minuscule. It could be kind of like the tipping point, Wow, deny, see, curve, reject, the runner. So I'm kind of feeling like he got curved here. Somebody might have curved him, and he might have actually really been feeling slighted about that. And it was like, boom, action, time for the drama to begin, right? Getting played, manipulation, lies, controlling and pulling the strings. That one keeps coming out a lot for him. Getting played, but it says manipulation, lies, controlling, pulling the strings. We've already heard from multiple people he was controlling. If he did this, he's manipulative as fuck because he's going through all this trouble to obviously try to prove something that he knows is bullshit. Bull snot. Excuse me, YouTube. Don't demonetize me, YouTube, please. Controlling. We know he's been controlling and weird. He's been gaslighty and touchy-feely on dates with people. He's been mean. He's been aggressive, controlling, all the things. Pulling the strings. Like, you think you're the little puppet master, dude, but really you're the one getting played in the end. Mask fish. Disguise, not showing, false identity. So that's giving narcissist. Someone who wears a mask. Someone who really presents a false representative, right? It's going to come out, though. I think it might come out. I think we're going to see his other sides come out. I'm getting Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde vibes. I know, right? He probably would have struck again. It'd probably be his thing. Striking on the 13th. Symbolic. 13 is the number of death in the tarot, Give flowers, appreciation, spotlight, special moment. See, he's soaking it in. Did I not just say it's giving narcissist? Mask fish, boom, and then the give flowers. So it's like he's loving it. Do you think the guy's getting mail in jail already? Oh my God, how many people are going to be fans of this guy? I cannot even imagine. Whoever you are, if you are a fan of this guy, get out of here right now. You are not my friend. All right, so Holy Spirit, whoa. Can you show us like what's going to come and what's coming in this case? Ooh, don't want to hear it. I said that earlier, remember? Don't want to hear it. Everything that's going to come out, I really feel he's not going to want to hear it. The verdict, probably not going to want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. Hearsay. I see sexual protection. I don't know. Maybe something's going to come out about that. We really don't know what all they found, y'all. There's that affidavit, barely had that much. The dead, right. I know. And you know what's interesting about the 1112? What was the scary movie? It was the Amityville Horror, right? The Amityville Horror was actually the Emmers in the Amityville Horror, the Red Rums were committed on the 13th. And the house was 1112 instead of 1122. There are some similarities, and Papa Rogers did say online that he was into horror movies and stuff like that. No, he said it on T-Rev's podcast. On T-Rev's show, dude, Dave called in, right? It was him. His sister, well, not his sister, shoot, the one chick, someone that knew him was saying like 100%, like that's his voice. Like a few people I think have gone ahead and validated it was him that called. So I think it was him. And T-Rev's saying it's pretty much him. So yeah, it's looking like he did leave a lot of little clues here, you know. Maybe he was going to try to let that be his thing. Like he was going to try to see if like, you know, he was going to try to see if he could kind of play like the BTK killer. Maybe he was going to play games as far as things from movies or whatever. That was going to be his little calling card, you know, his signature. Oh, he would have definitely done it again. He's going to be fantasizing about this forever. Like he wants to go to trial, you guys. And listen, if he did this, he wants to go to trial. I've already gotten this download. He wants to go to trial because he wants to see all the evidence. He wants to relive that day as many times as possible, as often as possible, over and over and over again. He wants to remember every detail. He wishes he could do it again. Like, I'm sure. But he wants to go there so he can see all that stuff. He's going to get off on that, which is gross to think about. Destroyed, shattered, broken, effed up. You know, and I don't know if this is him or this is like, yeah, immature, closed-minded, reckless. No, it's because of his immature, closed-minded, reckless behavior, his petty behavior. Look at that. It's kind of freaky with the two blonde dolls like that in parts. Like, that's freaky. That's giving Maddie and Kaylee. He was immature, closed-minded, and reckless, and he destroyed, shattered, effed up, and broke the lives of everyone involved in this. All of us. My heart's been absolutely broken about this. I can't even imagine what the families are going through. Cannot even imagine. You know? Power couple, boom. What, Xana and Ethan? Maybe the idea of Ethan being handsome, good looking, having a cute girlfriend, all of that. You know, I heard he was gory detail. If you guys are interested, do you want to know? So if you want to know, let me know in the chat and I'll tell you something that was really, it's a brutal fact about what happened. So, you know, I believe Ethan tried to fight with him as much as he could. I think he actually took him out and really quickly, but the anger he felt and the rage that he felt toward Ethan, because Ethan did try to really stand up to him here, and because of all that he represented, that he wasn't, you know, he not only did he dismantle him from the front, but he also sliced him from the back, apparently all the way from his back down to his hamstrings. That's how badly he was cut up. He was really angry, you know? And so, yeah, it is an F you to society. I feel the whole thing was like, it was, I'm going to hurt all of you. And it's sad to think about, but he might have even just punctured them enough to where like they couldn't breathe or scream or cry out, and they could have been alive for, you know, could have taken a couple minutes for them to actually to pass. It was brutal. Yes, Ethan's legs. Yeah, he sliced him all the way down his back, all the way to the hamstrings because he envied him. He envied him greatly. He was super jealous of him, I feel like. I feel like he was jealous of how easy it was for him to be with the girls, how much they accepted him into their lives, how he had this beautiful girlfriend. They were this power couple. He couldn't get a girlfriend to save his life. Show us more. What we don't see coming. What's coming in this case? From Bryan, maybe even? Whoa. A lot. Okay. Wow, a lot. Stress, delay, busy, time management, rush, DMs, new message, interested, secret admirer, stalker vibes, but also DMs. DMs, isn't Dylan's initials DM? That's interesting to me. That's interesting to me. But new message, interested, secret admirer. There's going to be something about the phone. They're going to find stuff on his phone, his laptop. You know, ex-FBI agents are saying the laptop's going to be a treasure trove. Can you imagine if he's been looking at all this stuff on his laptop, like what they're going to find in that thing? Come on. They already know. They've already been in it, I'm sure. And protecting yourself. Look at new message, interested, secret admirer. I'm getting stalker vibes here. And then once again, we have protecting yourself and needing to keep yourself safe. It's a woman standing in front of the window with the gun. She's holding the gun behind her back. And then she's like kind of in front of the Christmas tree. So it gives you like, you know, the time of year. But I see looking out the window and kind of being like needing to protect yourself. From who? From this secret admirer? From this stalker? Maybe he did, you know, that's an interesting thought. Maybe he did catfish DM. Oops. I do agree with that though. Save the children. We need to look out for the youth. We need to teach our youth. We need to look out for young people also so they don't become like this. It actually hurts me inside to know that maybe this person didn't have to turn out this way. Be kind to people, you know? Don't be mean to anyone. Don't bully people. Don't assume. You don't know what's going to happen. I heard some ridiculous podcast today where the lady was like, oh, the worst thing that a bully ever did was just what? Go have bad self-esteem? No. The worst thing a bully ever did, shoot up a school, turn around and commit a quadruple homicide. Or not a bully, someone who's been bullied, excuse me. No, it does bad things to people to be rejected from society and to be treated ugly like that. We should never treat anyone like that ever. You should treat everybody with kindness because just assume also, you don't know who's a psycho out there. Don't go pissing people off because you might trigger the wrong person and they go homicidal on you. You know? Check it out. Basic, simple, subpar, unimpressed. Like, dude didn't have it. He was basic. He was simple. He was subpar. You know, the girls were unimpressed with him. He was super envious of Ethan because Ethan he was envious of all of them. We already know dude was doing drugs. We already know he was doing drugs. Was he high at the time of the crimes? Maybe. Exactly. You know, everybody has a breaking point in life. And I've felt angry towards society too. Not enough to want to go and like do something like that. But I was a very misguided young person. I had a lot of rage and a lot of anger, you know? And I can relate to feeling on the outside like a black sheep and no one understands you. And it hurts. It hurts. You know, the spirits can easily work through people like that. And that's why we can't take that cloak of pain and put it over the eyes of children. Don Miguel Ruiz talks about it. He talks about like taking this cloak and like putting it over our children's eyes. Dude, adults are the ones that mess up the kids. And kids learn how to be mean from their parents. You know, like, I don't know. It's just, we have to teach our children better. We have to look out for the youth, you guys. It's really honestly on the adults. You know, spirits like, that's right. You know, you already know the tea. We got to do better, you guys. We really do. That's what I've been thinking about during all of this. And I'm glad you guys are catching on to that, because it hurts to know that people are out there feeling so much pain and they're so alone and they have nowhere to turn, that, the only places they have to go is into the dark recesses of their own minds. Wow, investigating. But that looks creepy. Like, that looks like you're stalking in the shadows, investigating, doing your research, doing your homework. He did have a thing for criminal justice, right? As did a lot of these ones, interestingly. I'm kind of getting, I feel like maybe the tarot aspect, we're coming to an end here. We wanted that fourth justice, and I believe we got it. I think we got it here with this judge card. We got 4 scales, 4 times justice. I do feel like we are going to get the outcome we're seeking. Maybe it's not going to be the death penalty. Maybe it will. I don't know. Let's see if we can find out. I will ask the cards. Yeah, he might have set up cameras. Who knows how elaborate his stalker system is. It's creepy to think about. Oh, let me get that one down. Sorry, I didn't realize that was up there for so long. Quite possibly. Aw, thank you so much, Karen. That's very sweet. Life in prison, an eye for an eye. I mean, I can't say I disagree. Robin, chasing girls around in your PT Cruiser? What? Yeah, exactly. That his Wi-Fi connected, his phone connected to their Wi-Fi. So how much did it connect to the Wi-Fi? I'm curious. We need to teach children for sure. What are the repercussions of being mean to other kids? Teach kids to always be kind to each other. We need to teach them about love. Don't impose your own bullshit, biased, excuse my language again, beliefs onto children. Let them make up their own minds about that type of stuff, right? We shouldn't do that to our kids. Give them a decent chance to be loving people. But you know what? Wow. Temperance. Healing, closure, being patient here. I feel like Spirit's saying be patient. The divine is working. Be patient, y'all. The divine is working, okay? The high priestess. We are tapping in. We are in. Spirit's saying use your intuition here. Listen to this reading right now. I feel like we've gotten a lot of validation, at least. Okay, here it is. I just cut the deck and it was there. I'm telling you. Dang. That is 5 times the justice card. And I do feel like with this 8 of Pentacles in reverse, all the stuff you're talking about, it definitely talks about conspiring, working, but maybe doing some negative kind of work here, not really working with the best interests or the best end in sight, with the best intentions here. Scheming, conspiring, right? All right, so Holy Spirit, what's going to be the outcome of this case? What's going to be the outcome? All right. Six of Swords. And we already saw that one earlier. That one came out for Bryan. So very interesting. I didn't even know I had a necklace on. We got our tiger's eye on. I have a little tiger's eye. Connect with my kitty eye. So yeah, it's not looking like, it's looking like not moving on, not moving forward, not being able to move on. This could definitely look like life in prison to me. This could look like being totally blocked from moving forward. And I see the 10 of Cups. So I almost am getting vibes of the families, of everyone kind of celebrating, of like feeling very satisfied, feeling very fulfilled in the end of all of this. And maybe this guy getting revealed as a King of Wands in reverse. And here's the 8 of Wands in reverse, and we'll stop with the tarot right there. So, you know, manipulative, using your power for wrong, not having ethics, not having good morals, not being someone that's trustworthy, not someone you can rely on, someone that potentially does use negative forms of energy manipulation here, or magic, even if you want to call it. The 8 of Wands in reverse, talking about being blocked in communication, being blocked in movement, action. 3 of Pentacles in reverse, once again, to tie us all the way back around to the beginning where we started with the 3 of Pentacles. Not wanting to work with you, no one wanting to work with you, nobody giving you the recognition you seek or desire, at least on that level, you know. And then with the World here, once again, we have the World. All the same cards are cycling back, which is interesting. We have a new beginning, okay? A new cycle, a brand new start. Yeah. So shoot, I don't know. That's 5 times Justice card. So I have never seen that many Justice cards come out. I've never seen that many Justice cards come out in one reading. That was pretty bananas. Where did those ones go? Oh, this box. Okay, so I guess we'll turn on the spirit box, but I mostly have some channeled messages too. And let's just get to those. Let me pull up some pictures of these beautiful babies again. Actually, let's go here. Pull up that video real quick, and I'm going to read you guys some channeled stuff, and maybe we'll see if anything else comes back in. Yeah, it could be in the World, you know, like sometimes living is more justice than dying. Dying would just be kind of easy. Like it just sends you off to the other side. But my whole qualms is like, as long as a narcissist, this kind of narcissist is alive and they're getting fame and they're getting deals and this and that, then they're just really enjoying the fruits of their labor. To me, that doesn't seem fair, that you should get to enjoy your life and be famous when those kids are never going to have their life and their families are never going to have them back again. That to me doesn't seem fair at all. So okay, so when I want to get I wanted to pull cards for them. That's what I wanted to do. We're going to start with Kaylee. I've got her first on the list. And we are going to see if Kaylee, do you have anything that let's turn on the spirit box too, I think. Actually, I don't know if I can have both screens going at once. We'll do that next. If we do that, I don't know. Let's see. All right, so wow, this destined card was already right there. That's really weird. Okay, these are a bunch of them are, wow, destined positive change. But let me flip these all around. And so I was seeing a silver horseshoe for some reason in regards to Kaylee. I don't know what that would mean or if that might hold significance to someone. It's like I see wow, third-party interference and divine feminine. I'm telling you, she's coming through with the divine feminine energy. I've been feeling that. She comes through as diamond girl, divine feminine, very divine feminine energy, very angelic, almost giving, oh, it's giving ads, almost giving like Pleiadian vibes or something like that, you know, but I feel like she's coming through as this divine feminine, right? And she's also saying that this was very destined. Look, there she is, right as I'm talking about her. This was very destined, okay? This was unfortunately something that was written into their destiny. And Bryan acted, or whoever did this, whatever, Bryan acted as a third party interference, okay? Third party energy that came through to almost kind of like instigate this massive shift, this change, this destined event, right? So I see a silver horseshoe, and I don't know what that means. I see it in a glass case sometimes, like it's on display. I don't know if she loved, I don't know if she loved like horseback riding, or if there was something around that, or maybe she did something as a little kid or something like that in regard to horses. But anyway, she just keeps showing me this horseshoe. There's something about a horseshoe and like horses. I am getting maybe like a trail ride right now. I could almost see her and maybe someone on a trail together, like with the little outfits on and the hat. I don't know. Twin flame. Wow. I think she's telling us right now that Jack was her twin flame. I feel like Jack might have actually been her twin flame. Silver Range Rover. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe so. Horseshoe, horsepower, could be. Sometimes the symbols come through in an interesting way, and I don't always know. Oh, that's true. She did have those cowboy boots in the window. There is something about that. So I don't know what that has to do with. It could have been something they went and did together, some event where they maybe, I don't know, rodeos or something like that. Yeah, it's so tragic for their families. It's so sad. And this is the next part. Okay. So this actually was a message from Kaylee to her father, because it's, of course, she's with her whole family, but there's just something about her connection with her dad, like, or just the love that her dad feels for her and the type of loss that the dad is going through. There's something really significant that she just keeps showing me her dad, and is like acting as this glue in their family to like try to help the family to stick together in this like really hard time. Because I feel like sometimes this type of stuff can make or break a family, this type of tragedy can really tear families apart. Understandably, but I feel like she's acting as a glue here for them. And she says she's sorry. She said she's sorry. I'm sorry, Dad. I know you won't walk me down the aisle. And she had a message for Jack, and she said that she wants Jack to know that he was perfect in every way. And here's the twin flame card. So that's her message to Jack. He was perfect in every way. He was perfect. And I feel like she called on him so much that night because it was almost like maybe on some level she knew. Maybe on some soul level she knew. Right? Her soul knew. She wanted to say goodbye to him. She wanted to see him. She said they were made for each other, and she thought of him. She thought of them all as she left this world. As she left the world, she thought of all of them. She says she's with you all. She's giving you signs. She said the angels are very significant. She said there's something about angels. Just when they see angels, the symbol of an angel, there might be signs of angels, images of angels in the clouds, or I don't even know what, but angels are being considered a significant sign here. And bright lights shining. She's been showing me that since the beginning. There's something about a very bright light shining, bright lights, or something about the lights. I feel like there's some kind of phenomenon that's going on sometimes around the family members, or like there's things that will happen. There's ways that the spirits communicate, and they can very easily communicate through electrical devices and energetically. So it's easy for them to come through the radio. It's easy for them to come through your lights. It's easy for them to come through in songs, through your Spotify playlist, or through your playlist, or just music, right? I feel it. There is something about a car, a lot of numbers, and a radio. Sunsets and silliness, sweet kisses, and Murphy's curls. Sweet serenades she'll miss the most. So sunsets and silliness, sweet kisses, and Murphy's curls, sweet serenades she will miss the most. Did Jack play the guitar or something like that? Did he like play a musical instrument or something? Because I'm almost getting that. I'm almost getting like maybe he played music for her, or there's something about sunsets and serenades that she will miss the most. So that's what I had from Kaylee. And next I've got a little bit from Madison. She says she knows how much pain her family is in. Like her family is not, I don't know, maybe they don't have like the type of bond, or they're not as together as like Kaylee's family. I know that's why Maddie was such a strong part of their family. It's really sad to hear how Kaylee's parents even talk about her as though basically she was one of their daughters as well. But she says she's with them even if they can't see her. When you close your eyes, you will feel me. And she says she's still with her bestie because they were home for each other. So it's like her and Kaylee they were also freaking, I don't know, maybe they were like the twin flames, but they were definitely soulmates on that level. And it's like, I think they want their families to know like they were together in life and they crossed over together, and they are together still in death on the other side forever, eternally. I'm seeing them like cosmic sisters. They're just like forever holding hands, and they are each other's homes. So they don't want anyone to worry because they're still together and they've got each other and they died together. And that, oh, that's true. Ride or die. That's going to come through. Watch. She says she's protecting you now. Oh, there's something about her mom. She's really does like come through for her mom a lot. Dreaming of there's something about her also, like I keep seeing ice skating or something like that, or dreaming of being an ice skater, or there was something about ice skating, or loving to ice skate, or wanting to ice skate, or is ice skating in heaven? I don't even know, but there's something around ice skating. Oh my gosh. See, you just said it. It says she had to go with Kaylee. She was her ride or die. They were literally ride or die. That's exactly what I wrote. And that's what she had said. She said Kaylee was her ride or die. They were ride or die. Like, it's almost like a little joke now. Now that they actually are past, is like, we literally were ride or die. Like, it's like if we were riding, we were riding. If we were dying, we were dying together. Thelma and Louise. So Ethan also has a little bit of a sense of humor. I'm feeling he's coming through, and this was a message for his family. And he says, I really threw you guys a curveball, didn't I? Dang, dude. Like, come on. That's not nice. He's like, I threw you the ultimate curveball. Like, you are not anticipating that. Did not think. He always was one to surprise and could never turn down a great adventure. He says this was his next great adventure. I am getting here that he says him and Xana had a soul pact together. They were inseparable in life and in death. It says, and I already told you guys earlier the other stuff. He said that he had to defend Xana, but the dude had the jump on him. It was so unexpected. It was just they could not have anticipated this was going to go down. And he said he was vulnerable, and he wishes he could have saved all the girls. And I'm getting a noble energy and a good, strong lion heart is what I see for Ethan. A protector and somebody that kept the peace. I feel like he had maybe like dad energy sometimes, even though he was like a young guy. But he's like, damn, I really threw you guys a curveball, huh? You were not expecting this. Like, he wasn't the one who was supposed to go first, you know? That was never in all of their plans. And he's sorry he threw the ultimate curveball and did that to y'all. But he had to protect his ladies, and he had to protect the ladies in the house. All right, so Xana just says, dude, she says, silly games and energy, OCD, you can't catch me. I'm getting like paralyzed in fear. Like, she wanted to fight, but she was so scared after what she had literally just witnessed and seen that she didn't even have a moment. I feel like she may have tried. She's showing me she may have tried to anything right here, scream something, but it was like, boom, right down on her. And just, it was so quick. The attacks were like so quick that it was really shocking for their souls. She wanted to scream to warn the others, she said, but she couldn't. I'm getting she did also have a very protective energy. She's showing me that she was really protective over the people that she loved. She was a fighter, really strong, obviously high energy, lively person. She said nothing like that slime that took us out. So she's saying, hold on, let me get that there. She definitely was saying here that nothing like that slime that took us out. Like there is, just that's why he hated them. And I feel like that's true. And she's stating that. So that's what I had kind of downloaded, some channeled messages from them. I thought maybe we could pull some tarot for them. Actually, no, I didn't pull cards for the others. Let's get a couple messages from, let's get a message from Ethan, please. Wow. Take control. Generous offer. Heartbreak. Take control, take control, take control. Trying to take control in the situation, but he couldn't, potentially. Maybe he's saying that they are taking some type of control from the other side. Their energy is influencing this case, obviously. Bryan was caught pretty quickly, and I feel like it was kind of an angelic miracle that freaking knife sheath got left on the bed next to those girls. Right next to Maddie, and that gives you weird vibes of, was there SA involved that we didn't actually get to hear about because we don't really know about that? Was this, it must have been somewhat motivated. They usually are. So, but generous offer and heartbreak. Wow. Heartbreak. He knows it broke everyone's hearts. And we're all going through heartbreak because of his loss, right? Generous offer is interesting because it makes you think like the most generous offer. The offer of a lifetime, the crossing over to the other side, the grand shift, the grand change, wow, he's saying the final curtain call. Heartbreak. It's heartbreaking. His heart is broken. I feel like his heart is broken for not only the two that survived, for Bethany and Dylan, for his family and just his brothers. Was he I don't know. I feel like he had leader vibes. Like I said, maybe dad energy in a way. Oh, wow, Karen, thanks for sharing that. That's really beautiful. I did not know that. That's beautiful. I did not know that. It's almost like I'm getting someone else had to step up to the plate now that Ethan's not around. I feel like he was the strength. He was the strength, or he was a backbone, a pillar of strength. I'm getting apology. See, he's sorry. He said he's sorry he threw you a curveball like that, y'all. That's for the family. He's so sorry that he had to leave like that, but he could not let Xana go by herself. They had a pact. Maybe that's what that generous offer is. That's that soul contract that him and Xana had together, that it was in life and death, baby. Let's get a message from, whoa, I was going to say Madison. Karmic lesson. One more from Madison, or two more from Madison, please. Karmic lesson, karmic partner, inner strength. some kind of karmic lesson that her soul was meant to learn in this life. The karmic partner part is striking me interesting. Because we've been seeing that. Bryan was coming through as third-party interference. So was she the one being stalked? I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Karmic partner, that could also be talking about her and Kaylee being soulmates, leaving this life together. We did see the Gemini energy, you know, inner strength. But this was some type of interesting. This is some type of heavy karmic lesson for her in this life. We don't know, you guys. We cannot assume why the wheel of karma spins. I don't know. Maybe. I don't. It came into my mind, and it's possible. It's possible that maybe she took for granted just like how good she had it in this life or something like that. And maybe just took it for granted that some people don't have all that, and some people aren't so happy. And, you know, maybe it's possible. We're not going to like place blame here, but maybe she's telling us that this had something to do with her learning a lesson in this life, you know, about being kind and about being a good person. I don't know. Could be from another life. This could have been a lesson her soul was trying to learn in many lifetimes. I don't know. Inner strength. But I am getting that her soul is learning whatever this lesson is, whatever this karmic lesson is, she's learning it. Her soul is learning it. I'm hearing her say, I get it now. I get it now. She does say she never knew how good she had it in life. Energy cleanse. It was an energy cleanse. It was a karmic release. You never do know, you guys, and that's why there's a lot of lessons here. There's a lot of lessons, and that's the thing about a case like this is all kinds of skeletons and shadows come out of the closet. This is an important conversation. This is a conversation that needs to happen. This live and the moral lessons around all of this are very important. We got to pay better attention in life, you know? So, because I just saw also Dark Night of the Soul. Big changing, big shift. Dark Night of the Soul, but also their deaths instigating some type of greater shift in the collective consciousness. This is bringing us all together, and this is bringing us all into a greater state of awareness. We're becoming much more aware. We really are. So it's good. We're having dialogue. We're talking about things. This is what we need to do. We need to keep talking in life. We need to all keep talking, keep those lines of communication open. When you see something's going on with someone, hey, what's up? Are you okay? Do you need to talk? Are you going through something? Even if they are someone that's effed up, you know, maybe it would help. You could change the course of someone's life just by holding space for them and saying like, hey, you know, whatever it is that you're going through, it can get better. Like, maybe get some therapy, or maybe even offer someone some resources. See what can happen when you go out on a limb to try to help somebody. You could change the trajectory of somebody's whole life. You could save people from being, you know, potentially murked in the future. Like, so yeah, that's interesting because I've been writing about it too. So that does mean it's lessons that are coming forward for the collective conscious. These are things that we're learning as within, as without. If I learn it within, it's a lesson that's being learned without, or needs to be learned, or is being called to be learned, right? We're not so different. We're all connected. And like, hey, V girl, I know. I'll get off here soon. Sorry, guys. All right. Let's go down here to Xana. All right, Xana Banana. I don't know why I just called her that. Xana Banana. Wow. Take Control came out again for her, and Divine Masculine. Take a risk and stuck. Interesting. Hold on, I'm gonna put those ones back. Give me one more. Just give me one. Oh, okay, she's got two coming out. Vivid Dreams, Inner Healing. Wow. Take Control, Divine Masculine, Vivid Dreams, Inner Healing. Messages from spirit. I'm kind of getting like she was getting a lot of messages before this happened. There could have been a lot of synchronicities coming in that she didn't quite recognize. Take control, divine masculine. See, that's interesting. I told y'all Ethan showing up as the divine masculine, whereas it's almost like Kohberger represents the exact opposite, right? The shadow element of the divine masculine. Whereas Ethan is like the divine masculine, exalted. But take control. He did try to take control. He really, gosh. Ethan, you're so amazing. What a hero. He tried. He was her divine masculine, you know? They look like twin flames, you guys. They look like twin flames, those two, don't they? Bundy used to ask for help to lure the girls. How to Save a Life. Oh, I love that song. That song makes me cry my eyes out. Yes, a flower child, very earthy, very free, very joyful, you know? Vivid dreams. But I am getting, she was getting dreams, getting signs, messages from spirit. She could have been kind of psychic or intuitive, or maybe had some abilities here. Either that or she was picking up on something. She was having dreams. There was some type of vivid dreams happening, right? Inner healing. There's this deep cellular healing that's happening in the collective because of all of this. And she was meant to be a part of that. And I feel like her spirit was so bright and so wonderful and lovely, because it's almost like she's saying, like, yeah, like the good ones die young. The good die young, she just said. The good die young. But it's almost like it would have an extra impact on the world because she was so vivacious and full of life, because she was so fun and fancy free and so just lighthearted. And she brought so much joy and love into the lives of everyone around her. You can see it in those videos, you know? So it's like, there was a deeper reason for all of that. When you love somebody so much and their death impacts you even that much more, you know, when they brought so much love and light into this world, that light is missed when it's gone. It's noticed. The warmth is felt when it's gone. Well, the cold is felt when that warmth is gone, right? Yeah, it's true. But it's, you know, the light is what we all come from. So even like Jesus would say how the lighter you are, the brighter you are, the more the darkness will swirl around you, the more it will find you, and the more that it doesn't know why, but it's because it's also attracted to that energy, because that's whence it came. It doesn't understand, it wants it, but it doesn't understand how to create it on its own. So it's not really that it wants to extinguish it, it's that it wants to take it for its own, but it doesn't really work like that. You can't really just take another's light. You have to be able to create it for yourself. And there's infinite light. There's infinite resources in the universe. If only people would realize that, we would stop thinking we need to take from others. There's infinite available to all of us. There's no reason to be in a lack mentality. There's no reason for lack. And so we all need to just realize that we got to celebrate each other's greatness. We have to celebrate each other's wins. We have to celebrate each other's successes. Give away that which you want to receive. The more you support others' dreams, the more your own dreams will come true. But once you get locked down and bogged down in that dark energy of envy and jealousy, and you're, you know, looking at people with this resentment, like, why do you have what I don't have? Well, there's enough for you too, but we're all here to learn different lessons. So we got to accept our lessons. You know, there's a reason why Bryan was born the way he was born. Maybe he was shitty in another life. Maybe he was really handsome in another life. Maybe he was Ted Bundy in his past life. Who knows? Maybe he was really good looking and he abused his powers. And so he would be reborn in this life, you know, a little less good looking and a little less able to abuse that power. But you're supposed to utilize your privileges in life to do good with them. When you're born beautiful, when you're born wealthy, when you're born into a family that's wealthy and you don't have to try so hard, you're meant to do good things with that. It's easier for you to accumulate wealth. It's easier for you to, when you've got things easier in life, it's easier for you to accumulate more wealth. And with that wealth, you should be more readily able to help others. Whatever those resources may be, whatever that abundance may be, we should be using it. Even if you're healthy, then what should you use? Use your body to do goodwill. Do things that are positive and beneficial. Don't use your power to, create suffering in the world, because then you're going to be reborn into a life where you are going to have those privileges taken away. And spirit will remove those privileges from you, and you're going to learn a lesson in your next life. Like, you're going to be born less beautiful with less resources, and it's going to be a lot harder for you to find your way. You're going to have to struggle a lot more initially to get there. But when you do, it's so much more worth it. And I will say that from personal experience. So I'm going to connect into the spirit box, and I guess we'll just end this with some spirit box. Why not? And then we can also, y'all can be a part of this, and we can kind of, y'all have questions you want to ask, I would love to do that. Let me turn off the Bluetooth on my laptop. Turn it on here. Okay. When you're into divination, it's harder. Yeah, what's harder? Like your path? I mean, I don't know. I've been dealt, like, it was a struggle for me up into this point in life. Like, it's even still not easy. It's not easy to walk the teacher's path. It's not easy to walk a path of someone that, like the shaman or the teacher, because you will need to understand the suffering of the world. And we kind of, some of us souls more willingly take on suffering as a means to transmute it in this world. We take on the suffering of the world in order to transmute that energy, because not everyone is meant to do that. Not everyone is maybe fortified enough or strong enough energetically, spiritually, to do that. But I feel that is part of my mission in this world. So I'm strong. I could take it, put it on my back. I got this. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna transmute it, and I'm gonna make beautiful things out of it. I'm gonna grow flowers out of the poop. Okay. Cast the looks. It looks. Hold on. Get this over here. Cast. It looks. Being an empath is heavy. Yes. Walking the path is not easy. It's not easy to be conscious and have your third eye open and to see all the horrors of the world and to see the duality of the world. But once you kind of accept that living is duality, you transcend that. You don't worry about it anymore. It's like, it's all one. You see that the darkness and the light are one. Sadly, the victims and Kohberger are one. We're all one, and every love is the only truth and all else is illusion. I love that. One of my favorite sayings. But who said but? Order? Wow, the magician. As above, so below. As within, as without. Order. I heard order. Yeah, order. Order, like divine order. Who's speaking right now? Kaylee, Xana, Madison, Ethan. Let's see. Kaylee, can we get a message from you? Kaylee, if you're here, can you please give us a message? Kaylee, do you have anything you need us to hear or know at this time? Anything you want to say? Kaylee, are you here? Xana, are you here? Yeah, so did I, Cree 3. Xana, are you here? If you're here, please let us know. Are you guys going to be present at the trial? Are we going to have a trial? Do you have anything to say about that? That was kind of funny. We got a butt and order. I think it was Xana too. I swear if she just wanted to throw a little butt in there. Order like a DoorDash. Yeah. You know what? There was something funky about that DoorDash order. I will say the order was possibly called in by Kohberger or, oh, there we go. Ethan, is that you? Was that Jack in the Box order that was left on the counter? That DoorDash order, was that your order or did someone else call that order in? Was Bryan Kohberger at your house the night of the murders? I couldn't really make that out. Oh. Okay, well, they definitely just spoke up when I just asked that. Let's see. Ethan, did you... I'm getting like big guy or big something. Did jump. That was definitely Ethan. That was Ethan's voice, I swear. It could have been maybe Jacob. I don't know. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Was Bryan Kohberger in your house the night of the murders? Is the knife sheath that was found Bryan's? Stole from me, sold to me. No, type as much as you want. I love when you guys are interactive in the chat. I just heard like a breathing sound. That was really weird. Xana and Ethan, I feel you're here tonight the most strong. Yeah, they just said something. I feel them the strongest tonight. What do you guys think? That sounded like Ethan. That sounded like Ethan. I don't know what to ask. Is Bryan Kohberger going to be found guilty? Do you guys want the death penalty for him? I heard yes, and then I couldn't tell what the next thing said. Okay. Is Bryan Kohberger going to be found guilty of all 4 counts? 9. That said 9. That said something about 9. That's weird. Argue? He's psych. He's psycho. Psych. Tammy. Tammy, are you there? Can you hear? Whoa. Something born with it. Going with him. I heard something about the river. Okay, someone said ask. Who was Kohberger stalking? Was he stalking you, Kaylee? Or someone else? Was he stalking Maddie and Xana? Nine, Pat. Oh, maybe it said 5. Maybe it wasn't 9. Maybe it was 5. It could have been 5. Sounded kind of like 9 though, but yeah, he is getting 5 charges, but 9 though. I don't know. Maybe there's more. Has Bryan Kohberger killed anyone before? Has Bryan ever killed anyone before? Or was this his first time? Yeah. Kind of sounded like, yep. But I don't know. Yep. Was it his first time? Did any of Bryan's family members know that he committed this crime? Do any of his family members know he's guilty? Does his dad know that he's guilty? Did Bryan see Dylan that night? Standing in the doorway. Did he see Dylan? Did he? She's right. It sounded like she's right there. I think he knew she was there. I just think he knew he had to get out at that point. The dog was barking and he was probably out of energy. I don't know that it would have been wise to continue at that rate. And I just heard, right. I don't know. I heard like she's right there. That's what I heard. She's right. Is Dylan going to testify? Is Dylan going to testify in court? Is Bryan going to testify in court? Document. That's a document. Document. Vitamins? Vitalness? Oh, okay. Did Bryan know any of the victims? Did you guys know the victims? It's them. Like, they're like, yeah, sure. Did Bryan know any of you guys? Did you guys know Bryan in any way? In what way did Bryan How did Bryan select you guys for his targets? Was Bryan friends with Jacob? I don't know. I'm not getting anything on that. I'm not getting that they knew him. Did anyone go on a date with Bryan? Or reject him? Did Bryan feel rejected by one of you girls? Is there more evidence that's going to come out placing Bryan at the scene of the crime? Any evidence that's going to come out placing Bryan at the scene of the crime? DNA? It's not as active tonight. Interesting, Robin. I did not know that. Kaylee, have you ever met Bryan before? Was Bryan obsessed with you, Kaylee? All right, I don't know. We're not really getting anywhere with this. I don't feel like, I don't know. They're not communicating as strong tonight. We do have Mercury retrograde, so it could be harder to come through. Yeah. Yeah, they're saying it just could be like muddling up the energy a little bit. I'm getting it's like staticky. It's just a little harder to come through. Kaylee, can you let us know if you're here, please? Kaylee, did you party in Pullman? And did you know Bryan, or did you ever reject his advances? Was Bryan obsessed with you? Are we going to get what we want in this court case? Is justice going to be served, you guys? Send us away with some good news. No, tell us the truth, but are we going to get justice here in this case? Are you guys going to receive justice? Either yes, or that literally sounded like justice. Or just. So I'm going to stop it right there with that. And not a lot, but I feel like what came out was pretty poignant.
Behold, Del Taco's massive 20 under 2.
Behold! Come on, you stupid ads. I can't wait until I get paid again and I can get back to YouTube Premium life. There's nothing worse than when you're like listening to your little sleep sounds at night and then all of a sudden your sleep just gets interrupted for an ad. Maybe she doesn't want anyone to know about that. I don't know. Or maybe it's like certain things can't be revealed right now, like because they just can't. It could alter the course of things, you know, who knows? They're not allowed to tell us everything. And that is one thing about communing with spirits is like they'll tell you what they can tell you, but they can't like tell you everything that's going to happen because it would prevent us from learning certain lessons. You know, it would prevent things from maybe unfolding the way they need to for whatever reason. So we cannot know certain things right now, and that's okay. But the cards definitely revealed a lot. And this has been a really nice live. Thank you guys so much for coming by and participating and you know, witnessing all of this with me. And I don't really know if there's a whole lot more I'm going to be doing around this case for a while. There's a lot of other cases that do need attention and things. And tomorrow I am going to be doing a very special live stream. I really hope you guys show up. Madalena Kohberger, right? She has been missing, and the circumstances surrounding this case with her are freaking weird, really freaky, right? So thank you, Madison, Kaylee, Xana, Ethan, for coming here tonight. Thank you for being present. Thank you guys for the beautiful messages and for letting us connect and tune into your spirits. We love you guys so much. We're praying for justice for you guys, and we really hope that your souls are present for all of this and to also bring justice in this situation. So tomorrow night at 8 p.m. my time, Pacific time, I'm going to be doing some remote viewing to see if we can maybe locate Madalena. And if not, we can see what happened. I've already been getting downloads. I was actually taking a spiritual bath and I was really getting her spirit, and she was showing me some things that it's not looking good, but maybe we can get some answers as to where either she is or where a body is or where something, because it's a strange case. So I want to try to look into the Madalena Kohberger case and see if I can't maybe locate her. And that will be tomorrow night. So I'm thinking do some tarot on the parents, the mother and the stepfather, because I have really dark feelings around the stepdad and around the mom covering for the stepdad because she's a complete delusional codependent. So I don't know, but we need to look into them. We need to see, get some character reference, and then I want to see if we can locate her. So I love you guys, and that is going to be it for tonight. Happy Friday the 13th. It was awesome sharing that with everyone, and I look forward to more. As always, I'm the Spiritual Genie. Please like, share, subscribe if you love my vibe and want to become part of the tribe. You know I love you guys, and I love having you here. Okay, my people. None of this could be, and I couldn't be, and I wouldn't do any of this without you. And you all mean the absolute most to me, okay? So I'm going to ground us down and let us leave with a little exiting prayer. Holy Spirit, please guide us now and forever, and please protect and be with your chosen ones. Holy Spirit, please imbibe us with your divine power of discernment and help us to know and see all that is true and beautiful. Help us stay vigilant. Help us to be shepherds for the weak, Holy Spirit. Help us to see where action is needed and to take it. Help us cut through the muck and the mire and give us and endow us with the sword of truth and of justice, Holy Spirit. Keep all of your children safe. Remove any negative energy that might be lingering. Send any negative energy back to sender. Transmute it, neutralize it. And so it is. Amen. And so it is. Ta-da! All done. Well, I look forward to seeing you guys soon. It's been so magical as always. Until next time, mwah, mwah, mwah. I leave you with the highest, the best, and the most holy blessings. of the eternal, the all, the one, all that is true, all that is good, and all that is beautiful. It's all good. Okay? Even if it doesn't seem that way. Good night, or good morning, or whatever time of day or when it is for you. I love you all. Bye bye.